We are very excited y'all are here. This is momentous times, and we are excited to see the support that we think is being squelched in ways we've never imagined. Not only in the public sphere, but also in the medical sphere, scientific sphere. There is no doubt that we are being silenced or being encouraged to go along. I do not believe any of the people that are opposed to us are our enemy. We know who our enemy is, and we win. But the reality is, none of them are our enemy, and we don't need to develop that temperament in our heart, and it's not healthy. Because what we're doing here today fundamentally is doing something that's 18, 19 months overdue, and that is called dialogue. Yes. And in starting off with that, we don't want anybody that's opposed to our positions to feel like they can't speak up. Please do. We want to have a dialogue, but please do it respectfully. And we do invite it. And that's what these cards are for on your chair, that if you want to have any questions, and then there is also a way they can do it technologically that somebody will tell you about in a minute. But I'm going to get started off with the following story. So 3 years ago, Senator Ben Sasse of a U.S. senator wrote a book called Them, Why We Hate Each Other and How We Can Heal. And in the book, a major theme in the book is what is the fundamental problem in our country. And it is a very sad, I couldn't think of a worse qualifier. 4 or 5 years ago, it was determined that the #1 preventable cause of death in our country that overtook obesity is loneliness. The lack of love, that's all loneliness is. It's a lack of love. Whether it is real or perceived, it is a lack of love. That is a terrible indictment of who we are. And so what we need to do is fundamentally to speak to that in a way that our culture doesn't want us to. And that includes not just a dialogue about COVID or a vaccine or politics or anything else. It's the church doing what we were intended, designed to do, and commanded to do. And so that's why we're here today, is fundamentally to open up the opportunity for dialogue, because it's unfortunate that up until people were coerced, which is very unethical to do, but if you were coerced into getting a vaccine, our profession needs to apologize to you, because it is illegal, immoral, and unethical in any other time than this that would occur. The uninformed, we're going to speak about this, but the uninformed consent was a real tragedy that continues to this day. But if you look at the numbers, only a third of Alabamians accepted the vaccine without coercion, maybe less. And so we're in the majority of people in our state, but we're trying to be shamed into not accepting the reality as we see it. That's right. And that's a very unfortunate situation, and it can be cured by dialogue, we believe, and hope. So it's important that we understand that if loneliness is the big problem, and I believe it is, then that led to, when I was appointed with the 4 other colonel positions in the National Guard in February, March of last year, we were put on a working group to come up with contingency plans for our governor. And that's what led into this deep dive that's been unending for the last 19 months for us and my family, and several of y'all's families. And these gentlemen who are going to be speaking today, they've sacrificed as we have, but This is an amazing time in America, and we were called to be here for a time such as this.
Amen.
And so, not just the doctors, but everyone. And so what we need to do is understand that we want a dialogue about vaccines. We want a dialogue about early treatments that are very effective. For whatever reason, they're not promoted. And we want to talk about other issues that we're ashamed in not talking about. So with that, I'll leave the wonderful Dr. David Williams.